Making their lairs atop the razor-sharp crags of the Chaos Wastes, Manticores are ferocious, terrifying beasts. With their leonine bodies, leathery wings, and deadly poison-tipped tails, they're a nightmarish combination of parts which add up to the ultimate predator. So much so that the Dark Elves believe that Manticores are the living incarnation of Cain, the Dark Elf god of murder. Only the most ambitious lords and heroes of Chaos will attempt to break a Manticore and bring it to heel. For most, this is a quest that ends in a swift and messy death, but those few who succeed are destined to become a lethal force on the plains of battle. There can be no greater glory for such a warrior than to be perched atop a Manticore, soaring high above the troops before plunging down to rend their quarries to tatters in a bloody whirl of talons and teeth.
Hello everybody, this is Havoc. Welcome to another Total War Warhammer unit spotlight. This time we're going over the Chaos Warriors mount, the Manticore. So they gave you a pretty decent description. Not a lot is really described about, I guess that's a weird way of saying it, about the Manticore. But I wanted to go ahead and give commentary on it because it's an interesting little aspect that that's different than anything in terms of the unit spotlights before. So, like they said, the Manticore has the wings of the bat, the body of a lion, and they believe is the fury of Cain. I think that's right how they say it. So Cain is the dark elf god of warfare and murder. So they are. This is interesting because when you look in the Warhammer wiki itself, it says that Manticores are great beasts used in warfare by the Dark Elf Beastmasters. They're found in Naggaroth's northernmost mountains, where they are apex predators. They are revealed by some Dark Elves who seen them as one of Cain's many thousand aspects. So they literally see Manticores as a living representation of one of the aspects of the god of warfare and murder. And so occasionally they are used in battles as mount by Beastmasters, evidence that profession's mastery over all tiers of Naggarothi wildlife. And less often they are prized mounts of Dark Elf Lords and Sorceresses. Like Dark Pegasi, they are sourced from the Chaos Waste, where shades travel to raid their dwellings. Even when tamed, Manticores remain remarkably feral. In battle they are often disobedient. So it's just interesting that even though they are sourced from the Chaos Waste themselves, according to Warhammer lore, essentially they're a Dark Elf unit. The Dark Elves are the ones who use them. Now admittedly, Dark Elves are obviously elves who have been tainted by Chaos, but still it's interesting that I wonder if we will see them whenever the Dark Elves show up, which I'm hoping they will. I assume you'll have your elves and your Dark Elves. So it'll be interesting if the Manticore shows up as a unit for the Dark Elves. It makes sense to me, since their whole history is steeped with the Dark Elves. The Dark Elves are the ones who tame them. So, like I said, it just makes sense. Obviously, they are a mount. They're going to be a mounted unit. They're not going to be like a unit in the unit roster. It is a mount. And it's interesting because they said, like Dark Pegasi, they are sourced from the Chaos Waste. So I wonder if one of the early mounts that you have as the Chaos Waste is a Dark Pegasi. That'd be pretty sweet. They haven't said anything about that. It's just interesting that they have that in the wiki description on Warhammer. So I just wanted to throw that out there. They are quite ferocious looking beasts. So they will hopefully do a lot of damage. The unit animations are really cool. And another thing I wanted to throw out real quick was I love these unit spotlights because they go through all the steps. That's the best part that I like about them. They start off with concept, which is usually drawn from Warhammer wiki images essentially. And then they go into a very base sketch for what they want to do for Total War Warhammer. Then they'll go to a gray render then they'll go into an animation render, then they'll go into a full rendered pose, and then finally your animation. I like that progression. It shows how much thought goes into each unit, because they've had to do that for every single unit in the game. It's not just a, oh, well, let's just put this unit shader on, and then we'll just slap this one on, and slap this here, and slap that there, and yeah, have an Empire Swordsman. It's, you know, we've done sketches, we've done low base renders, we've done animation renders, and then the full renders with animation. So I really like that, and that's why I like these unit spotlights. That will be the end of this little quick unit spotlight, so I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Be on the lookout for more Total War Warhammer, because I'll be on top of it. Follow me on Twitch, Twitter, and Facebook. This is Havoc, and I am out of here. Peace!